Hello, my dear Virgos. This is your horoscope for 2024. Let's start with Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of luck, happiness, prosperity, expansion, and everything which is positive. well, Jupiter in 2024 until 26th of May will still be transiting your ninth house. Well, ninth house is the house of education, travel. So here until 26th of May, you still have these kind of probably opportunities that maybe you started your education or you're going to start. If you're gonna apply for some university, then do it. This is your best time to do it because Jupiter will be helping you to get that to enter university easily and even might get for your scholarship. So for sure, all the things related to education, do it now. Or if you want like master's degree or PhD degree after many years, maybe you'll be thinking that while you're thinking until 26th of May, you have time to do it and you'll have a luck in that. Travels. Also, ninth house is rules travels. Probably Jupiter was and is expanding your travels, like far lands. Maybe you were traveling very far or many or very frequently or many countries you've been covering, and it will still be that way 26th of May. And at the New Year's Eve, it's gonna turn direct. So probably all that plans of travels that were somehow delayed or stuck, it will go forward. And Jupiter in your ninth house also indicates that because Jupiter is ruling your fourth house, as a ruler of your fourth house, maybe you gonna build a family in a foreign country. Like you got married to a foreigner and you're moving to a foreign country, or your partner that you chose or spouse, it's a foreigner. She's a foreigner or he's a foreigner, and you're going to travel all along, like, or you're going to bring her home. So this kind of scenarios can be happening as well. Also, it is a ninth house is also religion. Maybe you, since last year, expanding your view, on religion, on the world, and you have all these belief systems going transformation and expansion. Maybe you are thinking now differently about that or this religion, or also it is publishing house. Ninth house is the publishing house. Maybe you would be publishing a book, or you did publish a book which was very successful and is. So, or also like legal processes, affairs. Maybe you will win the case, by the way, because Jupiter is the planet of happiness and luck. If you are having some legal processes and affairs, then for sure you have very good chance to win the case. And or even if you want to win the case, then you will have pretty much good remedies. What else? Grandchildren, but ninth house is the grandchildren. So maybe if you at that age you got one grandchildren, you become a granddaddy or grandmommy. Also is possible. And ninth house also rules all things foreign, and especially visa, citizenship, documents. So if you've been waiting for that citizenship or visa, permanent residence or any temporary residence, you will get that. And it's very favorite time for you to apply for one. If you don't, and if you're thinking about it, you will get a high chance that you will get it faster, and with, let's say, with less documents there to provide, because Jupiter will be helping like a little angel to you around us. After 26th of May, it will move to your 10th house. Well, this is a big transit. So Virgos, my dear Virgos, prepare yourselves in a very good way, because Jupiter will lift you up with his big wings to the sky, because it's coming your 10th house. 10th house is the house of career, social status, job, expanding your goals, which means your career might rise. Maybe will get a big promotion, because you will get a name for yourself after May. So next half of the year until 2025 June, 10th of June, you will have these big chances that you will get that desired position at work, or because Jupiter rules all things foreign, maybe you will get a position or a couple of offers in the foreign countries and companies. So be prepared, choose wisely, I would say, because Jupiter is the planet of expansion. It expands whatever it touches. So you will have choices for sure. Also, it will skyrocket your social status. Because of that, maybe CEO position, or because you also social status is marriage. Maybe you're getting married with your partner, who most likely will be a foreigner. Or from a different religion, if not a foreigner, or like speaking different languages, some sort of there's like could be a difference between you. Also social status is or not even married, but maybe getting a proposal. You're going to be proposing to your sweetheart, or you will get a proposal to get married. Or maybe you got already in 2023 and now you will marry in 2024. Or you if you're already married, then you'll get kids. If that's your wish, then most probably you will get kids. But here, Jupiter also can indicate even divorces. But even if you will divorce, it will be very probably amicable. It will be very, let's say, easygoing, and the divorce that you will be happy about, most probably, and with no complications, let's say. And as well, 10th house is the goals that you achieve step by step. So all these years we're coming to this point where you finally will get to see yourself there up high on a career ladder and your social status. These kind of situations and events were happening, similar to these kind of situations were happening in 2012 and 2013 last time, because it was 12 years ago. And Jupiter came to your 10th house exactly 12 years ago, and you can maybe recall what was happening back then and what kind of events were happening in your life. So these similar things would be happening as well. Not exactly the same, but similar. Next, let's move to Saturn, our planet of discipline, taking responsibilities, restrictions. It will be transiting in a whole year in your 7th house. 7th house rules your marriages, divorces, business partnerships. So, here's like all the relationships that we have in our life, let's say. But 7th house, when it comes to love, it rules only your steady sweethearts, your spouses, your husbands, husband or wife. So here, you will be definitely probably getting married. If you get married this year, it will be for a long term, because Saturn is the planet which wants only serious relationships, which wants only relationships that are based on a solid ground. So if your relationship doesn't seem that way, and if there is already some sort of disagreements, then Saturn will destroy those relationships for sure. So here divorces might happen as well. And same thing with the business partnerships. Maybe you will get for yourself very serious and let's say goal-oriented business partners, which will be also very lucky for you. Saturn in the 7th house as well is our it's the big corporations and businesses. So most probably, if you've been working hard, you will get that you will get that job, you will get that position in the big corporations, or you will be somehow working with them together, because Saturn is the taking responsibility planet. So in all these situations, you should take responsibility, like as getting married or building a business partnerships, and working, like having some agreements with big corporations. This all requires taking responsibility, and Saturn pretty much sobers up whenever it has a transit, wherever. So it's in your 7th house. It will sober you up, like if there was some kind of misunderstandings between you and your partner, most probably divorce will happen for sure, or your business partner, you will depart away, two sides. So these kind of situations could come up as well. Also, or if not, like if you really already married and your relationship is very strong, your marriage is strong, then it will just mean that maybe there will some feelings get cooler, and somehow maybe you would be spending less time with each other, or there could be some time that you will be living in different locations. This might also happen, so feelings could be there less, and because Saturn is like a planet of restrictions as well, so there could be some less feelings or less affections, like not like before, let's say. But these kind of things as well can come up. Also, 7th house is our open enemies, competitors that we know face to face, not that we don't know, but the ones that we know. Here, I think it's even good that Saturn is here, because then those enemies will be somehow less in your life effective, let's say. Saturn is here good because he might restrict the numbers of these kind of people, like your competitors. There will be less competition, less enemies, let's say, and I would also advise you here, do not make any, let's say, new enemies or competitors, because then it will be very hard to fight with them, because Saturn is the planet of, most probably those competitors will be very pressing on you and very hard to deal with people. Here also, as building a business partnerships, maybe your business partners will be also older age than you, and they will be more wise maybe, because Saturn represents old people or wise men actually. So this could also come someone at this kind of age, or someone who's mature enough can become your business partner, or even you can get married with this kind of person, like who's older than you, much older. Here, I would like to mention one thing, that Saturn will conjunct Mars on 10th of April in your 7th house, opposing your Sun. So it will be straight against your Sun, against your Sun sign. And it will be happening on 10th of April on 14 degrees in your 7th house. So here, when Saturn conjunct Mars, here will be probably a little bit hard time in terms of your relationships with other people, and at work and at home. So here could be breakups possible, heated arguments, divorces might come up, and the most affected Virgos are, let me tell you, if your birthday is around 5th September, plus or minus 5 days, so these Virgos will feel this transit the most, Saturn conjunct Mars. So a little bit careful here. on 10th of April. Okay, let's move next. Let's talk about eclipses. Every year we will get eclipses, and this year, well, every year their numbers rise. This year we've got 4 eclipses. Eclipses happen because of the lunar nodes, South Node and the North Node. It's like our, destiny arrow, let's say, where we should be moving and what we should be releasing in our lifetime, this lifetime. So your North Node is in your 8th house, and South Node will be in the 2nd house. This 8th and 2nd houses, this axis is all about values, money, finances, material possessions. So obviously these topics will be very important for you. Lunar nodes usually transit 1 year and 8 months, plus or minus like 2-3 months. So it's been in these houses since July 2023, and it will still be in 2024 in these houses. And probably since July, you've already noticed that these topics about your finances, material possessions, money, and what you value, as a, maybe it's not the money, just some what things have value for you. These kind of topics were at the background playing in your life. So it's all about your money, your relationship to it may change, how you earn it or spend it. You've been probably noticing it and more being aware of your relationship to money and to how you earn it and how you spend it as well. And in general, your view will be changing, like in terms of what has a value for you in life. Maybe it's a love or friendship or family or money, like material possessions. Here, your North Node in the 8th house is also about privacy, about boundaries, about your intimate life. So, here could be some situations like that you need to take care about your partner, and that's why your money will be spending for that, or your partner will be taking care of you as well, and vice versa can play out, or your partner can get material possessions like inheritance, for example. And of course, if your partner gets inheritance, then that's directly making your bank as well full. Or and your partner's money situation change for sure. Or either it could be less that you need to take care of, or it could be more so that you will enjoy it as well. Or maybe like you will be buying a house or apartment, and your partner may be buying it. You are together, or mostly you will be buying it. Or all this material possessions topic will be in your mind, and how to deal, especially between you and your partner, the finances. Maybe this like common wallet you can create, you will be thinking of creating, spending, like you will be thinking of having a common budget. These kind of things will be on your mind this year. Also, 8th house is about let's say how to build healthy boundaries in terms of also finances and intimate relationships. You will be probably thinking, as a Virgo, you always need a little bit space, more space, and let's say privacy. So you will be probably rebuilding your relationship with your steady sweetheart in a healthy way, let's say having a healthy boundaries with your partner. Or here also, on this axis, it might happen that you may move to like governmental care or get a scholarship, let's say loans from bank, like for example for buying a house, let's say together, or these kind of things in the next 2024. Just expect that you will be dealing with this area of life quite often, because nodes are very demanding. When eclipses happen, they want us to move faster, make a decision. Or if we are not able to make it, then somebody else is making it, and life is just making choices for us. So it's just moving us forward. It's always for good. It's never for bad. Just remember that everything, everything is done for good. Also, here's like a crisis or traumas as well axis. So maybe your like childhood traumas, or those deep buried kind of traumas can come up. So eclipses can stir that up as well, and you will have to deal with them. And here is very good, actually. I would advise to go to a psychologist or someone that can help to deal with those feelings, and actually have a good chance to, let's say, more or less sort out all the crises inside and even in the outside, in our real life world, real world to deal with. Okay, let me tell you when those eclipses are going to happen, like elevator very fast to our destiny. First one will happen 25th of March in your 2nd house. So 2nd house is money, buying a property. Maybe around 25th of March you will buy a house or buy a car, or you will get a very big job offer as well. Or your, that because of that job offer, your salary will rise, or maybe at your current company they will also revise your salary for good side, and it will be more. Or someone will give you a very big present that you will be happy about. Next one will be 8th of April in your 8th house. Here is your, it will be about maybe your partner, your spouse. Maybe he or she will get inheritance, or you both will go and get a bank loan to buy something, let's say house or car, or you can go to you will get some kind of help from the, let's say, government. It's all about like money, but not yours. It's someone else's money that is coming to you. So maybe government will be somehow helping, lessening your taxes. Maybe this would be amazing time as well to revise your tax claim. So you have a good chance to make it actually less. 18 September, the third lunar eclipse will happen in your 7th house. Well, here 7th house is about your partnerships, business partnerships, love partnerships, study sweethearts. So here, this eclipse will conjunct Neptune. Something will be very confusing. It's around pretty much your birthday, dear Virgo. And some misunderstandings can happen. And something can end because of that. So here, extra be careful in around 18 September. And 2nd October is in your 2nd house again, same as 25th of March. But there it will be happening on 25th degree of your 2nd house. So here it's all again about money, or maybe in March you bought a property, but in October you decided to sell it. Same with the car, or maybe you will get a promotion in October also, second time in a year, which will be very good for you as well, or another job offer, which will be quite lucrative. The most effective Virgos will be those who are born 16th of September, plus or minus 5 days. So, well, keep in mind those dates. Here I would like to mention also one thing about eclipses, that during February, March and April, so most of spring, your North Node, which is in your 8th house, will conjunct Chiron. Chiron is, is considered as a healer or teacher. So Chiron, it's from mythology, and is represented as half horse and half human, and he's considered as a healer and teacher, and it will conjunct your North Node during those 3 months, the most closest. So here, there is a good chance that you might be healed somehow if you've been struggling with some kind of disease or some kind of problem with the health. Here is the good chance that you will finally heal yourself, or you will get the best doctor, or you will get rid of that problem. And also here it's about 8th house is the house of conception. If you were hoping for IVF, then you can do it. There is a good chance that it will be quite successful, so go for it. Also 8th house is investment house. If you've been investing into some kind of instruments like coins and shares, so they can get some boost because it's a healer. So probably you will get double of that, because Chiron is associated with number 2, because it's half horse and half human. And for example here, if you getting it in the process of divorce, then probably you will be dividing the property, separating the property. Or if you're not in the process of divorce, then maybe you will be, let's say, having 2 houses somehow, one in one city and another in another city. So somehow or you will get from someone help, because Chiron is represented as a teacher. So maybe you will get from someone very good help, which will arrive, let's say, in 2 actions. Or if it's like a government or bank, then your money can arrive in 2 installments. Also, 8th house is a critical situations, crisis house. So here is a good chance that if you've been dealing with some kind of crisis in your life, here is a good chance that you will finally sort it out and heal yourself, and you will become even more stronger from that situation. Okay, let's move to the planet Pluto. Our Pluto, here's the big transit. It's a very subtle planet. His influence on us is very subtle, and it's long game. So Pluto was in your 5th house last 15 years, since 2008. And 5th house was probably last 15 years you Pluto is the planet of transformation. So Pluto in the 5th house, last 15 years you've been probably, transforming yourself, reconcepting what is it to, let's say, have fun in life. What is it fun for you? How to have fun? Do you really need, let's say, alcohol, or to go to that pub to have really fun? So probably in the last 15 years you've been, let's say, having different mindset now than before, and you've been transforming yourself in this topic. 5th house also rules is your creative house of actors, house of dancers or singers. So if you've been maybe you will finish your acting career or singing or dancing career if you've been doing so before. Or you will start, vice versa. Finally, you will get that chance and give yourself a chance to become actor or singer, and you will record your first maybe album. It will happen after 20th of November, because Pluto this year in 2024 once and for all will leave your 5th house on 20th November and move into your 6th house. So in your 5th house, you've also been dealing, it's a house of business. So if you've been doing the same business for the last 15 years, you might have been now closing it, or you might now have a big business and you need to delegate it maybe, and having more shareholders, let's say, somehow structure will be changing, because last 15 years maybe it was growing, and now it's impossible to handle it by yourself, or you just will be selling it to someone. Also, the fifth house rules the house of your let's say kids. Your relationship to kids in general changed. How I mean, you've been probably now you're thinking very differently. If you, let's say, want kids, maybe kids played a very big part in your life last 15 years. Maybe your business was related to kids, or you got kids, let's say, last 15 years. Also, fifth house is the house of, because Pluto rules all powerful people and money and authority. So maybe you were meeting last 15 years for like big people with, let's say, money, with authority, very powerful people in your life, and especially in this kind of places like bars, clubs, or pubs, or entertainment places like cinemas, also all these kind of like some kind of parties as well. You've been meeting all influential people. Also, it might indicate that fifth house rules love triangles, so maybe if you've been having you've been in this kind of relationship for the last 15 years, it will stop now for sure, because Pluto is moving out from your fifth house, and it will say stop. It will make it stop for sure, or you will know about it. Next, Pluto will move into your sixth house for 20 years, as long as 20 years. So you can imagine, its influence will be a long-term game, and it will move there once and for all on 20th of November 2024. And sixth house is house of eating habits. It's the house of health. And for the next 20 years, you will be probably transforming your eating habits. Maybe you will be completely changing what you eat and what you don't, what time like you eat, your schedule. Also, you will be maybe going for checkups. Something with health related matter can come up, and it will last as long as 20 years. Probably you would be rethinking what is health for you and what is to be healthy. So you will be transforming yourself to become that healthy man. And also, Pluto indicates here that because of that, you will be cured from some kind of diseases as well. Sixth house, also the house of routine. Here again, your schedule will change, your eating habits will change. Maybe you lived before very close to work, where you could like walk 10-15 minutes, but now you're going to be living very far, and you will have to travel like by metro or by car, or by even plane. Your or routine, or maybe you now become a mom and now you have to sit home, and totally your routine change, like whole day schedules change, or you move to this kind of work, like online work also can be indicator. Sixth house is also a house of work. Your work for sure will change, what you do every day, and activities. Maybe you will get new job, which will be very high profile, because Pluto indicates, and this kind of jobs with authority, with power. It also indicates tax authorities, government officials. So maybe your job will be related in those kind of surroundings and business. Here, Pluto rules your third house. So Pluto moving to the sixth house might indicate that your neighbor can become your best friend, or can become your colleague. Or you might enter a work where your colleague is someone very powerful, someone very influential, or let's say your siblings or relatives. You might start working with them, and they might become somehow related and involved pretty much in your daily life. Sixth house is also the house of solving problems. So my advice here, actually, that try not to start any legal case, or don't get involved into any legal battle, because then it might be as long as 20 years. So here, better not to involve yourself in those kind of things. Well, that's it about Pluto. Let's move to Mercury, our lovely planet of communication, planet of mind. Mercury retrogrades 3 times per year, and I'll tell you the dates. And during Mercury retrograde, it's not advisable at all to do plastic surgeries or beauty kind of surgeries, or buying technologies, because Mercury rules communication and technology. So it might be somehow afterwards like broken, or you not be like satisfied with it, or somehow will not will be problematic at the end. Or if you gonna do plastic surgeries, then you will have to redo it, so better not to do during Mercury retrograde. So let me tell you when Mercury is gonna retrograde. So first one will happen from 1st April to 25th April in your 8th house. Again, here's the 8th house, money. Here, if you will be, let's say, probably you will be reapplying to some kind of loan, or if you applied already to loan, then the bank will need more kind of documents. You will be, providing those documents. Actually, here during this time, it's good to, let's say, change your bank, or change your credit plan, or change the, let's say, the program in the bank. So everything redoing, it's Mercury redoing everything is good, but to begin something with money, it's not so much good, let's say. And here also, do not buy any instruments like financial, like cryptos or shares. Better not. Next retrograde will happen August 5th till 28th of August in your first house, in your house. So, which means you, and it's your ruler. Mercury rules Virgo, and it's your lovely ruler planet. Will retrograde in your first house. Your mind kind of slows down during that period, and in August probably there can be some miscommunications or change of mind a lot. You decided something, but then you change the plans, rethinking, a lot of like going deep and rethinking something. And here again, don't buy any technical things or like appliances as well. And last retrograde in 2024 will happen from November 26th until 15th of December in your fourth house. During this time, don't buy house. If you are planning to sell the house, this is a good time to sell the house. So at the end of the year, just do not buy house, because then you will somehow regret it, or you will not like it, or something will be wrong with that house. So do not do this. And during those times as well, everything related to house, you might be maybe fixing something in the house. If you have your home, then here will be needs to be changing some things quite unexpectedly. So get ready to those kind of situations. Next, our planet Mars. Mars, our planet of drive, our action, our movement, our fire inside. This year will retrograde only at the end of the year. So whole year it will be full direct, which is good, which fires us up and gives us motivation and drive to live this life to the fullest. But it will retrograde only at the end of 2024 from December 7 in your 12th house. So 12th house is the house of self-isolation. It's a private house. So probably starting from December, there will be less kind of motivation or actions or drive, and you would want to probably spend more private time, or somehow you will be traveling to, let's say, island there, and maybe to some kind of island to finish the year in a very a nice note. Also, you might want some self-isolation. You might want to go to some treatments, or 12th house is also like going somewhere far away from everybody, let's say. And spending even New Year's Eve next year very far away from from where you are now. Just be careful not to be stuck there, because 12th house is the house of all the, let's say, isolated places like prison, hospitals, also the islands. So I prefer to think that you might be going to very far travel to a very beautiful place, or religious trips as well. 12th house, maybe you will be finishing your year with some kind of travel to the destinations where it has some kind of power, these kind of places like Stonehenge or somewhere there, or Tibet, let's say. During Mars retrograde, it's a time, is like less active time. So you might be you will be craving to be hidden probably. And it's a time of finishing up something. You will be probably in the process of finishing something during December. Okay, let's move to Venus, our lovely planet. We all love Venus. And let me make you happy. This year, it will not retrograde. So this year is very good for planning weddings and, all things beautiful and love. Venus rules love, beauty, and money. So we all love when Venus in our sign, because when Venus in our sign, we feel that we are blossoming like a magnet. We attract people. We are beautiful. We feel that we are shining, and we in love with life. So when is it going to happen? In your first house, Venus will be transiting from August 5th until August 29th. So pretty much your birthday, some Virgos of August will catch it. And at that time, you will be like, you will be shining, you will be beautiful, and money comes easy, and maybe love will come into your life. Venus will transit your 7th house from March 11 until April 5th. During this time, your sweethearts, your partners, your business partnerships will be easygoing, and some kind of mutual love will be in the air feeling. One more thing at the end, I would like to add that Lilith, actually it's a mathematical point in the sky, a black moon will be on 29th of June, will enter your 2nd house, will leave finally your sign, which means it was all this time in your sign, and which means that it will, Lilith is attracting, let's say, negative people, or it also loves to bring up all our fears. So it will finally leave your sign on 29th of June. But in general, during this kind of transit, you should not pay attention to your fears. You just if you don't pay attention to your fears, if you tell yourself that you don't fear anything, Lilith influence will stop. Lilith will not influence on you. Her influence will be limited, because you'll say to yourself that you're not afraid of anything. So that's it. This was your horoscope for 2024, my dear Virgos, and wish you the very happy and best 2024. And for sure, it will be that way. Just believe in stars and in yourself. Bye.